Hey, welcome to Thursday and another Transformers Earth Wars stream.
A very special Transformers.
A special one.
Earth Wars
Yeah,
stream,
very
yes.
special. You'll find out why. I mean, in case the trailer didn't give it away. The beautiful trailer made by our cinematic artist Dolph. Really, really nice. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So nice. But also we have a special guest today.
Yeah.
We've got Simon Furman here, comic writing legend, who I'm sure a lot of you guys know. So if you have questions for Simon throughout the stream, then feel free to fire them into chat. And we will ask Simon your questions, and he will answer. Simon, for the purpose of people who may not know who you are, do you want to do a quick intro of yourself?
Yeah, I'm a writer for comic books, TV animation and other things, and largely Transformers, which I've worked on since the 80s. Through pretty much every iteration of comic book Transformers, and I've done some work on the TV series Beast Wars.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Yeah. And also, I guess we can say that we are.
Sized for me.
Yeah.
Oh, give us the long one.
Yeah, we've got time. Also, I'm Deb, and we're joined by the lovely.
Oh, I'm Sophie. Nice
Yeah.
to see you.
Oh, I'm Josh. I'm a designer on Transformers Earth Wars, the game. The game.
Yes. So today is very exciting times because for the first time we get to share with you some brand new characters which are entering the Transformers universe for the very first time. And we were really lucky that we got to collaborate with Hasbro on actually bringing these characters to life.
Yeah.
And yeah, they didn't exist before, so it's quite an honor. And we will have Josh talk a little bit about that process as well. And they've got, of course, a brand spanking new backstory as well to fit into the Transformers Earth Wars universe, which Simon will talk to us about. We'll do dialogue, which you all love. Oh, sorry, not dialogue. It's
dramatic reading.
Dramatic reading.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dramatic reading we will do. We will give these characters voices for the first time, like you said, Josh.
Yeah.
Which is pretty exciting. Maybe they'll end up using us for the official voice actors
Maybe they will.
of those characters. No? Sophie's skeptical?
Yeah.
Could be. And then we're also going to do a challenge battle to show off the abilities of these brand new bots as well. They're pretty cool. What else? We'll do some, of course, Q&A. If you guys have questions throughout the stream, feel free to fire them in. And we'll do some trivia, courtesy of the lovely Nathan Webb, who does some awesome Transformers art for kicks, and yeah, he also does our trivia questions, because they're way better than the ones that I ever come up with.
Thanks, David.
Yeah,
thank you.
and and Nathan also said hello. So.
Oh, hello Nathan.
Yes, indeedy. So I guess...
I never know the answers to his questions.
Oh, do you not? See, they're hard. I mean, you guys always know. You guys always know the answers, which is pretty spectacular. But yeah. Anyways, so why don't we hop into showing the twins?
Showing the twins?
Showing the
Straight
twins.
away?
Okay,
And
well,
then-
let's take a look.
Take
Where's
it
our-
away. Let's look
there's
at
our,
it.
There's our device.
Let's do
There's a
it.
device,
Yeah.
and then maybe Simon, you can share a little bit about the backstory, and Josh, you can tell us how they came about, and like what this actually means. Because for us, it's super exciting. We hope it's going to be exciting for you guys as well. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be exciting? It is pretty awesome.
I mean, this is a real first, isn't it? I mean, we've had firsts before on Earth Wars, Volcanicus and other things, but this is a big one because very rare you get to create, new characters that are going to sort of spread out into the whole Transformers universe. So we're very excited about this.
Definitely. And wow, I'm literate today. Something we forgot to do is say hi to people.
Yes.
Because I noticed that they're saying hi to us and we're being horrible. So
Yes.
Let's say hi
Autobox
then.
Game says Furman is awesome. Agreed. Simon, do you want to kick off? Say hi to some people.
Yeah, Alvin CG is that, and sorry, I'm looking at a funny angle here. Scourge 1024 and Duty Sport.
Dirty Spot.
Dirty Spot.
Dirty
sorry.
Spot. Thanks for noticing that I had Dirty Spot.
Luna Fury here and Prime Time with a lot of numbers.
That's correct.
And Moobot and
Love it.
and over here we have Who we got here? We have Corey Speaks and Protostar and Joseph Madrid and Deadpool 1004. Sorry, 004. Chicago Fire Fan and Damon Swinks.
Yes.
Ooh, Talarta says, ask Simon to do some dialogue. Don't you worry.
Oh,
yes.
He will do some.
And you'll understand why I'm the writer.
Yes, exactly.
I love your dialogue.
Hi also to Gurmeasel, yeah, hilarious, love it. Patrick Starr and Cups52, the booster bot. Hello also to Jeremy Terburen, of course, hello. Rick Woodham and Lee Gosling and Neil Kirby and Mateos Wazinski and Rafael Oliveira and Matt Cup, what's up? Mike Chase, Victor Navarrete, Christian Martinez Salazar, Nico Jara, Alan Crawley, Chandler Kang, good name that, love it. Yes, hello to all of you. It's super nice to have you. And like I said, if you've got questions for Simon, do throw them into chat and we'll fire them out at him whilst he talks about the backstory.
Yeah.
Lots of regulars also noticing that we're in a different room.
Oh yes, of
We
course,
are.
we are. And we're actually elevated. We're sitting on little bar
It's very
stools.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is high, which is nice.
And cozy.
It's
Yeah.
extremely cozy.
Yeah, it's cozy,
Very
but it
nice.
feels, you know what, less cozy than usual.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think we used to have these
a little
like
more room.
bulky swivel chair things, and now we've got these narrow like bar top things. Anyways, our office is undergoing refurbishment.
Yes.
Yes.
Still.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it hasn't been that long, but it feels.
6 weeks.
Yeah, is that a long time? I don't know. It's been weekends. They do it on like weekends, so it's
Yeah.
not like it's been 6 weeks straight. And I'm like, okay. Anyway.
All right, let's show.
It's nice to be here this week.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
Let's-
Kaiser T Snake. Awesome name. Cool. Oh, is the wall mural being redesigned? We're not sure what's gonna go up in the back there. Actually. We're
Oh,
not-
behind
We're
us.
not sure.
No.
Yeah. Our usual Transformers mural is not back there at the moment, so things are shifting around.
Yes.
But yeah, we've got actually a lot of our Transformers are on the other side, behind the camera.
Yeah.
So imagine behind your heads as you're viewing us, there are lots of Transformers toys,
It's true.
and you can see them back there. Yeah.
That's useful.
Very, very useful.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Let's have a look at Sentius Malus and Sentius Magnus.
Okay.
Here we've got
Whoa.
Sentius Magnus. Whoa!
Sentius Magnus, there he is.
There
in
he
the
is.
Game.
So, Simon, can you tell us a little bit about the characters?
Yeah, I mean, these were sort of part of the whole Prime Corps storyline that we're running. We wanted them to be deeply immersed in the whole mythology of the Primes and Cybertron and the whole storyline we had running. So, you know, we wanted to set up something that they weren't necessarily, in fact, they don't start off, and a little bit of a spoiler, as Autobot or Decepticon. So, you know, the stories, the saga you're going to read will show you how they sort of become enmeshed in the ranks, as it were, but they are sort of out of the war, really. They are something bigger and far more powerful than we've encountered before in the Earth Wars. And yeah, we really wanted to make them, you know, part of the whole mythology. So the 13 Primes, the Power Corps, they are very much the guardians of some of these artifacts that have been sort of falling down on Earth for a while. And mostly they're here to pass judgment on Autobots and Decepticons alike. But they don't play well with each other.
No, they do not. No, they do not.
So that's the big thing, and that's where our storyline really kicks off.
I'm going to show him in the game now the alt mode. Let's go ahead and have him transform. I love his transformation.
Yes, very cool.
You know, it's great Hasbro have been so supportive of this with us, you know, sort of getting, you know, or taking all our ideas on board. You know, the Space 8 team did a huge amount of design work and, you know, putting forward ideas. We put forward some character names, personalities, and just gradually it's all sort of coalesced into the twins now.
Yeah, it was really great having Hasbro come to us and say, we want to get these out there, we want to get these concepts out there, and being able to work with them on it, being able to put a lot of what we wanted to see into these bots, and get their feedback, and it was a real long process of collaboration with on the looks, and some of the personalities from those core concepts came through, and it was awesome. I mean, it's just I don't know how else to express it.
And if you've been following the sagas, you'll see that we've been seeding their arrival sort of for quite a few sagas ago. The mentions of the twins start cropping up in Melody's little Cybertronian data tracks. So we've been just sort of drip feeding them into the mix so they don't come out of nowhere as well.
Definitely. And oh, sorry. Someone's moving furniture.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, Josh, what was it like for you to? I know you're a massive Transformers fan as well. To be able to get to, help birth these two new characters that were never around before.
It's birth.
Yeah. Birth is a strange term, but
it got messy.
It was strangely pleasant, given that metaphor. No, I mean it was definitely a lot of work. There was a huge amount of effort that we made. Of course, trying to get this right. This is not an opportunity anyone ever gets, really. So to be able to work with Hasbro on this was. It was definitely work, and we put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah.
But it was also amazingly fun, right? Like to help shape it and to sort of go different directions.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about it.
Well, if you want to know more about that process and the creation process and stuff, we've actually shot a video with our very own Josh and Luke, who's a concept artist who helped, sort of design a lot of the way the bots looked or ended up looking, and the inspiration or the references that were used to make the bots, which were really interesting as well. So if you want to hear more about that, which I know you do, there is a video. It should be out on Saturday, I believe. Saturday latest anyways. It's done now. We just haven't put it out there yet. So definitely take a look at our social media. There'll be links to it everywhere. It'll be on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, all the things that kids use these days.
The kids.
So now I'm switching over to SENTIUS Malice.
Ooh, yes. I love the light and dark and order and chaos. It's very cool.
I don't know if you can see it here. You can see it when we do the dialogues. SENTIUS Magnus has got a frown on his face. It's very stern. SENTIUS Malice has a little smirk.
Is he sneaky?
Yeah.
He's
Like,
I like it. Of course he does.
And it was fun in the saga finding their voices and trying to get their personalities to come through, because
definitely.
We wanted them to be very sort of approachable characters, even though they're these big mythical guys. So there's quite a lot of nice interaction going on in the saga.
Definitely. There's a few questions. So Alan CG says, are they 100% the same, or are they different in any details?
So they're definitely different in their personalities. They're different in their color schemes, as you can see. Most of their bodies are very, very similar. They are twins, but like I said, there's a little bit of difference that you can see in their face. In the game, as with a lot of our bots in the game, their abilities are pretty much exactly the same across the Autobot and Decepticon side, because we didn't want to give an advantage or disadvantage to the Autobot players or the Decepticon players. So in game their abilities are quite similar, and we'll show you those abilities coming up soon. I'm looking forward to that. Those are the sort of the similarities and differences between the bots, and I think you can speak more to what the differences in their personalities are.
Yeah, I mean the personalities, play very much with the order and chaos thing. The model we used was slightly Thor and Loki. It's very much that, they're they're siblings. In fact, there's more to it than that you'll find out when we reveal their full backstory. But very much their relationship is slightly the Thor and Loki. Sort of one quite by the rule book, the other one just trying to make trouble wherever possible.
No, definitely. Yeah, there's some interesting characters for sure. I'm interested to see how the storyline progresses with them as well.
Well, they're going to be with us now for the rest of the Prime Cause saga, and no doubt beyond. So
and hopefully not just here, maybe in other places as well. Never know where these guys are going to turn out.
There are some questions about will these be turned into toys?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that.
Yeah, well, we hope so, don't we?
I do hope so.
They made toys of Drift and Wind Blades, so nothing to suggest ours won't end up as toys down the line.
Here's hoping anyway. That would be really cool. There's another question about if they're twins, are they brothers?
Well, it's
technical.
Yeah, it's technical, and it plays into the sort of reveal about their origin, which we don't want to give away just yet, but will come through the game.
Excellent. Cool. We have seen both bots. Let me see if there's some more.
Oh, wait, I haven't transformed Mouse.
Oh, sorry.
I love this.
Fujin.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
So awesome. I'll do that one more time.
Yes, do. You can do it as many times as you like. And,
feel free.
Yes,
Here we
continue.
go. One more.
And the booster bot, if you did not receive your prize last week, I will look into it. No worries. We will be doing trivia later as well, so get ready.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. But yes, shall we have a look at them?
Oh, their abilities?
In the battle.
In the battle.
In
All
the
right.
battle.
In the battle.
I would like to see, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's take a look at their abilities in the battle. We haven't even talked about the event this week. We'll have
No,
to.
I figured we could do that after.
We'll get
do
that.
that after. Okay.
Yeah.
Hyro will be coming in to chat about the
is
event.
he? Good.
Yeah, I think
I
we'll be
think
talking
he said
about
he's
next
listening.
week's event as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So let's.
Another special
And the
guest.
challenge battle. Okay, so the challenge battle will reveal to you right now the abilities of the twins. We'll start with their special ability, so you can see the description here. It is called Siege Mode. Siege Mode will transform the SENTIUS, Magnus, or Malice into their alternate form, that spider tank. What do you call that? Spider tank?
Yeah,
Crab
spider
tank?
Yeah, spider tank.
Yeah, Spider Tank.
Alright, we'll call it. Well, it's only 4 legs, though.
Yeah.
It's not 8 legs.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's a
we'll call it a
full
spider
yeah.
tank anyway. Transforming them into that mode, where they've got those awesome quad cannons. They'll stay in that mode for 10 seconds, and while they're in that mode, they can use ranged attacks. So the normal attack is going to be their sword. You'll see when I launch them in game, they've got an alternate attack when they're doing their normal abilities. When they're fighting normally, that's a bow. It's that bow that you saw in the trailer. Oh, someone has appeared behind us. A cameo there.
Oh, he's gone. That was so fast.
And he
Yeah.
vanished. It's like a ninja.
Oh, there he comes. Okay, he's
He's
coming.
coming to say hello.
Hey. Hello.
Hey.
We welcome the
We were
interruption.
just showing the new character's abilities, but you can pop on and say
Yeah.
hi. I'm sure everyone will love to see you again.
Exactly.
The sticky floor, have you discussed that?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's
Yeah.
really sticky.
Yeah, it's very
uh,
Quite stick.
It's like
I think I will never leave.
Yes.
You'll be here forever.
different rooms get sticky at different times when they remove the carpet. So before it was a different room, and now it's this one. It's very odd. It's Adam, everybody.
Hi.
Woo.
And Simon. Hi, Simon. Long time no
Good to
see.
see you.
Well, Simon's already been introduced. If you are just joining us, today we are talking about the SENTIUS twins, which are brand new characters that are being released into not just our game, but into the Transformers universe. And our game is the only place where you're going to get to see them, interact with them. So we're really, really excited. It's a kind of a landmark thing that we get to be involved with. Of course, we have Simon FURMAN here, comic writing legend, who worked on the backstory for the twins. Yep.
and the saga that you're all going to enjoy over the next few weeks.
Exactly, yes. And we've got Josh, who's a game designer on Transformers Earth Wars, and the lovely Sophie.
Hello.
Yes, who does QA. And then we've got Adam, who used to be on Transformers Earth Wars as well.
I'm the ex-game designer.
Yeah, exactly. They did a handover. They can't actually see your face because it's hidden behind
Josh's hat.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just enjoying this comic, it's great.
Yes. Actually, we will chat as well about what you are working on.
Showcase them the
now,
abilities, Josh.
Yeah, Adam, if you want to hang around, we can do the dramatic reading.
Ooh.
I do believe there's
Sure.
a Megatron line that would
It
require
was
a
made
Megatron.
just for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
so
been a while.
we're going to go into battle here.
Let's do it.
Let's start there. All right, bring it out, everybody. You can see that Energon bow being fired. Isn't that awesome? And we're going to go straight into siege mode. Siege mode is great. You can use it to, while they're in this mode, they're dealing a lot of damage, and they're also resisting damage from all sources by 50%. So that siege mode deals a lot. Are we, we're online still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Siege mode is dealing a lot of damage, It's useful too if you wanted to take them off from the front line. They can stay back a little bit, let someone else go up front and tank, and then switch back when they get out of siege mode into going back towards the front lines. While I'm in this, I'm also going to deploy Blaster's minions here because these minions, in a less important announcement, but still big news, have gotten a buff where they now their stats are based,
The blue squares.
and they're little blue squares. Let's worry about that later. Their damage is now based on a percentage, and their health is also based on a percentage of Blaster's damage. And we'll worry about that in a minute. But yeah, you can see, you can definitely see the siege mode taking out lots of things as it does. We've got, look who's just appeared here. It is Sentius Malice on defense. There he is in his siege mode.
He's gonna be nasty on defense.
That's right. He is indeed. I am gonna use siege mode.
Oh, it's just like the
against
trailer.
him. It is just like the trailer. Yes. Yes, indeed.
Although you
Who
have the
will win?
numbers.
Yeah, I had the numbers on him. It was a little unlike the trailer. It was not quite a fair fight. I did have the numbers on him. All right, and we've got, you know what, I'm just going to boost him out.
The good thing about the siege mode is you can use it at max range and it will keep attacking even when, you know, the next target is away, right?
That's right. Yeah, even if you've destroyed that target that you originally had with siege mode, it will, he'll move forward in his crabby tank mode and take out the next thing on his list. So as you can see here, they're very powerful bots. Got through a lot of this just with Sentius Magnus alone because he's so awesome.
Oh, he's gonna saw the base like a bows. There you go.
There you go.
Show it that way.
Slice.
Cutting it apart.
Here's a question
I'm not even going to
from
fast forward through that. That's too awesome.
from I will probably butcher this as I do most of them. A Kali Tesoro. How are these characters related to the Prime Corps? We've already chatted about the story a bit. I'm sure some people missed it. Lots of writing and lore that must have gone into that, based on the last several events? ?
Yeah, we've been seeding the idea that these Prime Corps may be powerful, but they come with a price, and that you know there's something coming after them and after anyone who has been, you know, influenced by or used a Prime Corps. So the twins are very much the guardians of not just the Prime Corps, but any of these artifacts from the original 13 and from Cybertron's prehistory. So we really wanted to sort of attach them to the bigger backstory of Primus, Unicron, the whole sort of, you know, big history of the Transformers. So yeah, they're very enmeshed in all that.
And there's a question from the LK. What was the inspiration for the new bot's look? What made you choose the samurai look? Josh, do you want to field that one?
Yeah, well that one goes a little ways back. Does anyone want to hold this?
Do I?
It took a long time. It took a long time to design this bot, right?
It did indeed. So yeah, when we got that original concept passed over to us, we started looking at different looks for the characters. It did go through a lot of process. One of our artists here, who you can see on that behind-the-scenes video coming soon, named Luke, did a lot of concepts for these characters. We were going in a few different directions to begin with. We had some more knightly-looking characters. We had some sort of ancient Chinese armored characters. I think we had sort of an Egyptian look at one point.
We sort of looked at, Egyptian bowmen and charioteers, and we looked at some of those, but it got distilled down to what you see now.
That's right. So because these characters are of the Prime's era, that's the reason we were going after those ancient warriors, right? We wanted to use sort of Earth's ancient warriors to evoke this same sort of past time, this time of myth, and get that same sort of sense across with the bots. But yeah, out of all those designs, it was really the sort of the samurai look that took hold the most, and really came most to the forefront. And I know that there are other bots existing that sort of have samurai themes to them, but
Drift, one of my favorites.
yeah, exactly. Drift comes to mind. Bludgeon comes to mind. I think these bots are actually fairly distinctive from those. In they have those samurai accents, but they also have some other details of I don't know what to call it, but elegance of that Prime era.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you look at like the detail work on Magnus there, where he's got the little blue highlights around his legs, around the top part of his chest, around all the different pieces of him. That's got kind of echoes of what you'll see on, say, like Vector Prime's toy, or Alpha Trion's toy. So it's that sort of elegance and decoration of the Prime's era that came onto these bots. That I think really sort of sets them apart, makes them not just direct samurai, but something that's really unique and interesting.
Definitely.
You can also see in their swords, when they get their swords out, the swords are halved. Have we? I don't know if we
haven't really talked
Have we
about
talked
it.
Maybe I shouldn't talk about that too much.
Yeah, some of that will come out in the saga, but it goes back into the fact that these guys are inverted commas twins, inverted commas brothers, but the sort of the divided sword is a little bit of a major clue, not even a little clue. It's a big clue.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. Cool. What other questions do we have coming in, or should we go to the dialogues?
I think we should maybe chat about this weekend's event.
Oh,
Hyro's coming in.
Yeah. Why don't we do the dialogues while we got Adam in, if that's fine?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm totally stuck.
He's stuck to the floor.
Yeah.
Anyways, yes.
Yeah, he'll be here for the next one.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I know. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Cozier than ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's better with these chairs, actually.
Yeah,
It is. Yeah, you can fit more people. Who else would like to come? Anybody else want to come join us? Because you can.
Well, since Ira did just show up, should we do the event?
Yeah, let's do the event for this
Oh
weekend.
no.
We'll do the
The saga
dialogue.
continues.
Don't leave.
Yeah, you don't
Oh,
leave.
you don't.
Oh well.
They need to see it.
This is so sticky.
Yes.
Here, why don't you? Yeah,
Move
there we
here
go.
And then
I can't
don't
get out.
break anything.
It's a party in here.
Yeah.
It's a party here and everyone is invited.
I think we can fit a few more people in here.
So special about this event this weekend. It's a super XP event. It's more than triple, so you are getting way more XP from each battle. I will show you a bit of them. So we are having an extra of more than 700% in the highest zone.
Whoa.
Whoa, yeah. And it actually, even the percentage looks lower on lower zones because it's less points. It still encourages a lot for people that want to play on the lower zones, and actually it gives a really big push on your early bots. So if you need to level up bots, this is the moment. And as we go through the different rewards that you will see in a bit.
What zone are you in there? Zone 4 now?
Okay.
It's the
He
usual.
just comes into troll and then he leaves.
So what are you getting from here? You are getting spark, you are getting shards, we are getting premium shards. As we mentioned, we are using more these than before. And then crystal that includes, it's called Twins Crystal. It doesn't contain the twins yet, but it has some of the best boosters we have in game, like the Twinsies, purple and white. Do you remember what they do?
Yeah, the purple one is a hacking one,
Yeah.
and the white Kremzik is a glass gas one.
Nice, correct. So, big things now. Why do you need to play this event? Why do you need the XP? Why do you need the boosters? Because next week, as you may know already, we are releasing the SENTIUS bots. And how are we releasing them? And I have information. Yes, some people, some of the players I have been sneaking around, and some people love the leaderboard events because you get paid for your effort, and some people say, oh my god, I hate the leaderboard events. Okay, some people love the prestige events because you get a random crystal, you have a chance, the chance is wider for everyone, and some people say, oh my god, I hate the prestige events. So what are we having next week?
I have no idea. Are we having all of them at the same time?
Yes, we're having both. It's actually something crazy. Something crazy we have done once before for the old timers here. It was for the no release, and I tell you, it will be a 100 prestige event. So 100 times, 100 times you will have to have some points. You will unlock a crystal with a chance to get the bots, the SENTIUS twins. Extra, it will be either a 3 or a 4 star, or some shards, or some spark. This is how it works. But there won't be any 2-star one. Why? Because SENTIUS twins are so premium, there is not 2-star for them. But we didn't want to have them on 2-star. So if you are lucky enough to have them, they are super premium, super exclusive. Enjoy them. So it's also a leaderboard event. That means that the top 500 leaderboards will have extra crystals. The number 1 will have 100 more crystals. So
That's a total of 200 crystals.
you are going to open a lot of crystals during the weekend, yes. But we wanted that to make it fair for everyone. So there will be the case of a player that gets 1 crystal and gets the bot, and some people that will have to open more of one, of course, for a chance to get the bot. So, important thing this week, get ready.
All right.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, a lot of people are really
My body is
excited.
ready.
Yeah, people are really stoked about the event, Hyro.
Yeah.
You're getting a lot of thumbs up and a wow and okay and a 100 prestige, woo.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and lots of high items as well.
One extra detail, this will be like the no event. So these bots, we won't sell them. You will have a chance to get them regularly every X month from via events. So if you don't get them in this event, don't worry, they will come back. And saying that, I'm saying goodbye.
Drop the mic.
Send someone else in on your way out. Excellent. I think we're ready for what you all been waiting for, of course. Yeah, really excited that you guys are looking forward to the event. So are we. It should be a good one. And now we're looking forward to dialogue, which of course Josh has printed out. Sorry, not dialogue. Dramatic reading.
That's better.
Yes.
Dramatic reenactment.
Yes.
And somebody said they were in the dentist chair. Was that you, Jeremy? You're
Yeah,
in the
he
dentist
is.
chair.
Yeah, he's had to download Twitch out of the dentist chair because Facebook
I went to the
crashed.
dentist 2 days ago.
How was it?
Oh, funny story.
Funny you ask.
So for some reason, in my head, I was like, oh, I have amazing teeth, and like, I've never actually had a cavity except for when I had milk teeth, right? Like, that was always the story that I told people because that's what I believed. And then when I went to the dentist, like before I went to the dentist this week, it was probably like a couple weeks ago, And I was like, yeah, I don't know, like, I just wanted to check, if I have any cavities, because I've never had any before, so blah, blah, blah. And then he does his, like, exam, and he's like, well, you have these 2 fillings here, which need to be redone, which obviously means that I definitely have had cavities because I've had fillings and they need to be redone. So I don't know what planet I was living on. But I've been feeding people that story I have perfect teeth. I've
You
never
told me
had-
that.
Yeah, see, it's made
Planet
the rounds,
Dead.
and it's a total lie.
In outer space, you lie to yourself. It's a bit like a Fight Club moment for you. It's like, which Deb went to the dentist?
Exactly.
Why is there
That's
a mug in the plant, by the way?
It's a good
we have a lot of
question.
mugs.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's a lot of
we get
people
real
with
mugs.
mugs. Anyways, it's my dentist story.
Yeah.
It was, I got it.
Chris has a dentist story as well.
Does he?
The old game lead, yes.
Ah.
He still has baby tooth. He's one baby tooth, or just a
Wow.
baby tooth. Yeah.
That's
Oh.
really
And he's over 30.
Oh, bless.
Well,
Well, let's
Maybe
do
that's
this
where his
dramatic
immaturity
reading.
stems
Yeah.
from. That baby.
and with that very smooth segue, we go back to the
Back to the reading.
Transformers, Earth Wars.
Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. It's dramatic reading time.
Who am I?
Why don't you play Megatron?
Okay,
Who am I?
Does he
Yeah.
only have one line?
Deb, I think you should be Rodimus Unicron.
Rodimus. Ooh, the evil one.
Yes, you do
I
so
like
well
it.
with Rodimus Unicron.
Do I? What?
Yes,
I don't
yes,
remember
you
what
do.
voice I gave him.
Oh,
Was
The
it like
scruffy dead one.
Scruffy
Yeah.
Dead one. Okay.
Yeah, that
cool.
one.
So we need Straxus and we need
Let me move us to the top.
Reflector.
All right.
I'll be Reflector.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I'll be. What does Straxus sound like?
You
Okay.
get to make it up.
I'll figure it out.
Like a war hog.
Oh, but speaking of making things up, I just want to point out this is the first time ever that Sentius Magnus and Sentius Mouse have been voiced
Yes.
ever in the universe. So Simon will be doing that.
Yes, and don't take this as canon at all.
This for now?
Yes.
But
Yeah.
remember that so that when we ask the trivia question 5 years from now, what was the first,
Yes.
yeah, who
Yes.
was the first voice actor to read Sentius Magnus, Sentius Mouse?
Exactly.
You'll know. You were here.
You will know.
So
also,
let's make some history.
yes, let's.
Let's do it.
There's some questions about prizes from last week. Write into support if you haven't gotten them. It's possible just because the person was away, but we'll make sure to get you the prizes.
Okay.
Kick it off.
All right.
Oh, it's me.
It is you.
Okay. Let me get my deep voice going. I have been expecting you.
I am Sentius Magnus, servant of the Primes, relic guardian of light. You have transgressed.
Oof, that's good. I know. And why shouldn't I transgress? Tell me, Sentius Magnus, who made you judge, jury, and executioner? The Prime Corps are our legacy, our birthright.
In the wrong hands, the cores are weapons of universal annihilation. No one, except the original 13 Primes, is capable of using them without losing control. The Primes banished the cores to inner space and appointed guardians.
But you failed, didn't you? They got out and now you're trying to clean up your mistake with a sword.
I will uphold my oath at any cost. Surrender the cores you have repossessed, Rodimus Unicronus, and your extinction will be swift and merciful.
You want him? Come and get him.
Is this wise? That blade he wields reeks of arcane energy.
Oh, I don't believe it will come to that. Things are about to get interesting.
We've got another bogey incoming. Looks a lot like the first one.
Yes, I begin to see the strategy. Two Guardians, one mission. I wonder if they play well together.
Well, well, brother, what are you doing? This one is mine, all mine. Oh, sorry, it's me again. Malus, you should not be here. This one is light, corrupted. He bears the cause of both Solus Prime and Megatronus. They have infected him with the taint of the demon they battled. This is why the cause must be contained, and he must be purged by me.
Still you.
Yes.
Page 2 of 12.
Ah, well, you always were a little narrow in your interpretation of the covenant. True, once he was light, but now he is chaos and darkness, which makes him mine. So, while I admire your facial fashion, Rodimus, Mr. Longname, I'm afraid you'll have to fall onto my sword. Me, Sentius Malus, relic guardian of darkness. And it won't feel merciful, I can assure you. Malus, stand down.
You see, Straxus?
Indeed, fireworks. That's it!
Nice job, guys.
Well done,
Amazing.
sir.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, my throat. Yes, it's killing me now.
First time ever. You heard it here first.
Yes.
Yeah, good job, good job. It was worth the pain. Worth
Yeah,
the pain.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always worth
that
it.
smoker's voice is great.
Definitely. Yeah, thank you. It really comes in handy all those years.
Maybe we should send out signed dialogues.
What's that?
Signed script.
Signed scripts.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. If you guys ever do dialogue, I know, dramatic readings. There has
Dramatic
been,
enactment.
yes,
Enactments.
dramatic reenactments. There have been times where, I think it was Engineer Moist who sent in a dramatic reenactment of some of the dialogue. So yeah, we would love to have it, and then we'll play it on the stream. It's always good fun, and that gives us a break sometimes.
Ooh.
And if you send it to live@spaceagegames.com, then we will enjoy it, and then we can all enjoy it together.
Nice.
Together.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right, that's me.
All right. Thanks for coming by.
Lovely
Thanks
book.
so much.
Thanks.
Great
Yes.
job, Josh. I'm just gonna evacuate through the power of sticky feet.
Yes.
Bye. Thanks for
Bye,
coming by.
Adam. Bye. Yes, thanks so much, Adam.
Adam.
I was like, what's his name again?
Yeah, forgot already. You're there.
If you are just joining us, by the way, today we are looking at brand new bots Sentius Magnus and Sentius Malus, the twins, the Sentius twins, who are making their debut in the Transformers universe for the very first time in our game. So they haven't been anywhere else before that, which is really exciting for us because we got to collaborate with Hasbro on bringing these brand new bots into being. So that was really exciting. Maybe for those people who are just tuning in, Josh, do you want to give a quick rundown of how Sentius Malus and Magnus came to be?
Came to be. Yeah, Hasbro had some concepts. They for characters. They see how much our players love Transformers. See how much our players are awesome. So all thanks to you. We worked with them to bring these bots to life, to come up with their the way they looked. We worked with them to figure out their personalities, figure out the details of their stories, and really bring all the elements to life, including their alt modes, their weapons. So all of those things came about through a great relationship working together of Space Ape and Hasbro.
And very much they came out of the Prime Cause saga that we're running over the course of a whole year or so.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's all very built into that mythology of the Primes and the first 13. So yeah, we feel we're doing our own little bit of mythology building here.
Yeah, definitely. I was just gonna go back to the bots.
Sure, our faces covering up their faces.
Our faces cover. Oh, okay, that didn't make sense, but now
Yeah.
yes, they are because of our dialogue.
There we
reading.
go.
It's
Yeah.
back down. I was
There
like,
you go.
what? Oh no, it makes perfect sense. But yes, of course, we have the awesome, ever awesome Simon Furman with us here today as well, who has written a ton for our game and of course for Transformers in general, and then including the twins as well.
Yeah, which is very exciting. One of the career high points in the
Yes.
Transformers.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
Oh. Yes, and you just missed, if you are just tuning in, you missed a dramatic reading / reenactment of some of the dialogue in the game. You can, of course, go back and watch that. You should. We won't do it again, don't worry, for those of you who are like, yes. So we are running low on time. I think we should do trivia and give away some prizes before we roll out. It's funny because I actually use that phrase, but it fits nicely. It fits nicely with this. As always, our trivia is coming from the lovely Nathan Webb. And question the first today. For all of you who are new and joining us, for trivia, we do a random choosing of our winners, and make sure that you include your in-game name, your alliance, and your HQ level with your answer. Otherwise, we cannot gift you the prize. So yeah, with your answer, include your in-game name, your alliance, and your HQ level. Pretty please. Question the first is this. In the studio today, we have the man, the author, the writer, the editor, the legend.
That's about 6 of me, isn't it?
Yeah. Where's the other ones? We can fit them. We had more people in here before. The editor, legend, that is Simon Furman. That's you. Yeah. Simon is infamous among fans for dialogue concepts that are frequently retried. But what are these repeated phrases known informally as? Now, you don't say.
I actually know this one.
Again, Simon is infamous among fans for dialogue concepts that are frequently retried. But what are these repeated phrases known informally as?
Okay, while you're answering that question,
Yes.
Simon, can I ask you to answer a question from Tyler Turney?
But of course.
It says, Simon, how can I, as a fanboy in the middle of nowhere, get into writing for comics and stuff like that?
Well, just use your imagination. Keep writing, put your stories out there, put them up on the internet. You know, just write. That's all I did really until somebody actually paid me to write. But you know, I love to tell stories. And these days, whether you live in the middle of nowhere or not, it's, you know, you've got websites, you've got fan forums. Just get your fiction out there. Put your stories online, and you know, who knows? You may just attract the right attention.
That's right. We already have our answers coming in, no surprise. So I'm gonna do I call them random stabbies at the chat, and then that's how I pick my winners. Today we have a guest of honor, Simon. Do you want to randomly stab at the screen?
Stabbies!
And I believe, did somebody say there's like a Transformers wiki entry now for stabbies?
I hope so.
Or maybe somebody was like,
Maybe
you should
so.
make an entry. I'm not sure, but it should be in there. Go for it, Simon.
Ooh, nice stabby.
Ooh.
Yeah.
A little
Was that a
flourish.
It's that little.
There was-
You gotta wind up.
There was a really good
Nice.
flourish on that one. Okay, and stabby over here. Beautiful. That's an excellent stabby as well. And last but not least, can we have one more stabby here? I do
Beautiful.
scrollies and then he does stabbies. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Got some
And
winners?
I do have winners. And what was the answer? Simon, do you want to tell me what the answer was?
I don't know. No, yeah, furmanisms. Furmanisms.
Yay!
Yes.
Can you give us an example of the feminism?
Reap the whirlwind.
Yeah.
A whole world of pain. And many more.
Thank you for those short, sharp lessons in feminism.
There we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Short, sharp lessons. I like it.
Yeah.
That's good. Congratulations to the Z Nation 14, also to Oscar Rodriguez, and to Ultra Crusher. Give a little bit of time for your prizes to arrive in your accounts. Usually we say about 24 hours. Some of you said that last week you didn't receive your prize. It could be because the person giving the prize is on holiday. I will double check, but you will get them, so not to worry. And if for some reason something happens and they don't show up, then definitely write in. It could have just been, I don't know, some sort of error, so yeah.
Yeah.
And we have Question the second. I'm getting really warm now,
Yeah, it's toasty.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Locked in
toasty.
this room for a while, yes.
Not much longer. Question the second. Soundwave and Blaster's minions are getting a boost to their health stats. Soundwave was originally from a Japanese toy line called Microchange, but what was Soundwave's original name? Ooh.
In Japanese.
Yes, so, yeah.
No, you can do it in English. And please do remember to include your in-game name, alliance, and HQ level with your answer. So again, Soundwave was originally from a Japanese toy line called Microchange, but what was Soundwave's original name?
All right, cool.
Alrighty.
I want to use this little space of time before the answers come in
Yes.
to answer a question that's been floating around, which is about new game modes.
Yes, the new game mode.
Yes.
The new
Yes.
game mode. So I don't know if you tuned in last week, but last week I believe Yanis, you were here.
I was here.
Yes. So Yanis told you that we have been working on a new game mode.
Yes.
And it is true, we have been. We have not announced the details of it yet, but those are forthcoming in the next couple of weeks.
Yes.
And it's not going to be too terribly long before the game mode appears. I can't say anything more than that. But there is a new game mode in the works. It is coming. Thank you for your patience
Yes, thank you
regarding
very
this,
much.
because we know that it's something that you all really want, and that you've really been looking forward to, and that's awesome to us to know. And we are definitely working on getting it to you. So just wanted you to know that.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Amazing. And here I am answering email.
Okay.
We've got some answers coming in.
Multitasking.
Yes, we do. Oh, I try, but I'm
Shall we do
not
some
that
stabby stabs?
good at it. Yes, we shall. Simon?
Somebody else wheeled their finger.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
want to lift your
Wow,
finger?
I don't know if I can measure up to
Okay,
that.
I'll wield my own finger, but I'm not looking, so. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, got
All
one.
right, found one. Another one coming up soon.
Yes. Oh, sorry, are you getting it?
Oh, I thought you were
Oh,
going
okay. And.
I was looking for any other questions.
Oh, I see. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Got a second one.
Okay.
And our last one will be. Okay.
All right.
Oh, whoops. I pasted one of the same twice now. 1 second.
Actually, not seeing a lot of questions out there.
No, it's not that many.
No? Have you?
I'm looking too.
I guess you have answered them.
Wow, everyone is just wowed by the new bots. They're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
They are pretty cool.
Aerial cores. People have been asking about that.
Oh, the aerial cores. I'm actually working on aerial cores right now. So it won't be very long at all until we get into the game. Power cores for aerial bots that boost the damage of their special abilities. Much demanded, especially once HQ16 came out. Feel like it's a good time for that to be released. Feel pretty good about where the balance is right now. I don't think it's going to throw it off too much to have these cores released, and should make aerial bots feel stronger again for players who've reached that top level. So yes, that's coming out soon. Thank you for the questions.
And our winners are. Oh wait, sorry. The answer was.
The answer was
Simon, do you want to read it out?
Cassette Man.
Cassette Man.
Which is
Correct.
a great name.
It is.
Gotta
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, it is.
Does what it says on the tin.
Straightforward. Congratulations to Techno Angel X and to Alex Lee Hockemeyer and to Alvin 4Box. Congrats
Congratulations,
to you guys.
guys.
congratulations, everyone.
And we are leaving soon, but of course, if you haven't had enough of Transformers Earth Wars, because why would you have? Then you can go check out Nathan's stream, which is up right after this one. I'll pop the link into chat, and you can go check it out after this. Oh, and some of you guys were asking about, some of you guys are YouTubing or streaming the game, etc. Yeah, definitely. We're happy to help support you guys. So if you want to shoot an email to live@spaceapegames.com, then let me know, when you're streaming and stuff as well, so that we can let the rest of you guys know. That'd be great. Yeah, so live@spaceapgames.com. Just fire an email over. Okay?
Oh, one other thing to point out with the new build before we go is the combiners being selectable in the troop select UI. Yes. So look for that. That's you can see it now in game. Just wanted to point out that it's there.
And the blaster soundwave buff should be live now.
Yes.
If you want to check it out.
Yes. All right.
Ooh,
and,
here's a question from the Zed Nation. Any chance you guys will do a poll or contest to pick the next set of 5-star bots? Funny you should say that, not because of the 5-star bots, but we have actually chosen bots based on your guys' feedback before. So we did like a survey and we said, which bots do you guys want to see in the game next? And we actually then put those 2 bots that you guys chose into the game.
I'll actually talk to Hyro about that, and we'll see what we can do. It's a good suggestion. Thank you.
It is a good suggestion, indeed.
Yeah.
If you are just joining us, we only have a few minutes left, so sad times for you. However, you can of course rewatch the whole stream on all the different platforms. Today we've been talking about the SENTIUS twins, which are the brand new bots being added to the Transformers universe. You can only right now see them in our game, which is really exciting for us. We got to collaborate with Hasbro on bringing these brand new characters to life, which has been really, really exciting. And there's a sort of behind the scenes on how that came about. That is going to be live, I think Saturday is when we're going to send it out. So make sure you stay tuned to our social media channels. You'll get to hear from Josh and our concept artist Luke on why they look the way they do and the story behind them, etc.
Yeah.
And of course, thanks so much to Simon Furman.
Woo!
Oh, we haven't even talked about this yet. What are you working on now,
What have you
Simon?
been doing?
Let me just tell you quickly about, where are we? The Vigilant, which is the new comic
Yes.
I'm writing.
Here,
Comes
let me bring it to the front.
Is the camera?
Comes from the makers
Is it
of...
on?
Is it? Are we?
Oh, listen,
showing
no, we're
the
still
screen?
on. I see. I was like,
Comes-
oh, it's on, yeah, but
Comes from the
There
makers
we
of
go.
2000 AD and Judge Dredd, and it's a reinvention of classic British superheroes, and it's in store now.
ooh,
in
oh,
fact-
it's all
In
blurry.
fact, you can find it in your local WH Smiths as well as comic book stores. So
Nice.
Vigilant. Cool.
check it out, guys.
It's not blurry anymore. There you
And
go.
when you read it, you can hear Deb's voice in your head.
Yes, that's right.
Making up the voices for the characters. Yes, if that's something that you would like, then
Yep.
you can imagine that. It's not weird at all.
Thank you.
Yes, and what are we doing next week?
Oh, next week. What are we doing next week? That's a good question. What are we doing? Oh,
Well,
so
next week the twins are releasing
the
in
twins
the game,
are releasing.
so
Yeah,
that's
so
a big
we'll
deal.
make sure that everything's going good with the twins. We'll take any questions that you have about them, or any questions that you have about the event.
Yep.
We'll tell you more about some upcoming. Maybe we'll tell you a little bit more about some upcoming things. And we'll be here to answer all your questions about various subjects, Transformers-y and Earth Wars-y.
Yes, exactly, all the things. And that's pretty much it for us for today.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll leave you with that awesome trailer that Dolph made, because I
Yeah.
could watch that over and over and over.
Yeah.
It's really sweet.
So thanks for joining us, everyone.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
thanks so much, guys.
And thanks for joining us, Simon.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Simon!
Simon.
We love having Simon.
Always a pleasure.
It's the best. Check out his comic Vigilant.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.